here, The Introvert Mind, and wanted to give you 3 conversation starters for people who hate small talk. Like me. I went to a party last night. Great party. I'm glad I went. Went by myself. Didn't know exactly who was going to be there, but I was glad I went anyway. But one of the questions that people ask a lot that I absolutely hate because it's so tired, it's so overused is, so what do you do? Now, I love my job, don't get me wrong, I do. However, I'm just sick of that question. So there are 3 other questions that I like to ask when I am in a crowd of people I don't know, who I'm meeting for the first time. And one of them is, how do you know the host? Usually you'll get some great stories about how people met for the first time. And that's the first one I generally ask. The next one is, what shows are you watching? Whether it be on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or primetime TV. That's a great question. People will really get excited about some of the things that they watch, that they binge watch, especially. For instance, my go-to show right now is Wentworth on Netflix. I absolutely love that show, House of Cards, so on. I don't get to watch much TV right now, so what I have been doing is doing a lot of reading. So then the other question I go to, and this is actually question 2.5, is what are you reading? I absolutely love that question because you'll find out if people are reading anything at all. Because I like readers. So if you ask them what are they reading and they can't come back with anything that they've recently been able to read, then just go back to the what are you watching question. But some people are fascinating because they'll tell you about fiction, they'll tell you about nonfiction. Personally, I like nonfiction, so I have a good conversation about nonfiction books. Now, the third question I would recommend as a conversation starter for people who hate small talk is, and this is one of those questions where you hear a lot on different podcasts when they're doing an interview, especially someone like John Lee Dumas on EO Fire. And his question is, what has you fired up right now? So what makes you smile? What's got you smiling today? That's from the introvert entrepreneur. So 3 questions, again, I'll wrap them up. How do you know the host? What are you watching or what are you reading? And what has you fired up right now? Generally, you will get some fascinating responses because people are not really expecting these questions. They're always expecting the go-to, so what do you do? So just kind of mix it up with those. Try at least one and see what kind of conversation ensues. I think you'll like what you'll hear. You'll meet some fascinating people. I know I did. All right, Danielle, signing off. Let me know what are some of your conversation starters. Peace.